member of the general public, former member of New Haven Public Schools, and a great supporter of the New18 campaign. I actually came upon the group whenever they were actually rallying outside on the downtown green, not necessarily knowing too much about what was going on, but I mean, with all the information that they learned over the semester, the class and the civics class, I was, greatly overwhelmed about as much information they knew. So today I'm just here to actually just offer that support in any way, shape, or form. And as a former New Haven Public School student, I was actually affected by the legislation of 2004 where the civics class was mandated. I was a junior in 2005, and it was through my civics class that I began to get involved in political campaigns, running through Aldermanic races and helping out as well, and being very well informed, and as a 23-year-old now running as an alderman in my ward, as a way to show my civic duty and to exercise my right. And I do believe that it's very important that in the time that we have these students here, that we address the concerns of these students here among us and students that we're going to be reaching out to, and also just to bring up to a point that we're going, I'm offering my support as well to reach out to New Haven Public School students, specifically at other high schools like Hill House High School, and we'll be hopefully creating a collaboration to move forward with those groups as well. But otherwise, I'm just here to support them.
And you're currently running in what ward?
Ward 26.
Ward 26.
Yes.
And are you running as a Republican?
I am actually running as an independent. I am a Democrat through and through for the November general election.
Very good. Very good. Any questions? Yes. Maureen.
Darryl, I believe you attended Fairfield University. Do you want to address any the topic that the New18 people brought up about what they felt, the importance of doing it here, where they're home and they're local, before what it was like, when you go away, to the college environment and a little different about that?
Sure. And my reasoning actually to go into Fairfield was to actually stay local and to continue to stay involved with my work here in New Haven. And I do want to address the fact that whenever students register to vote, and I actually ran voter registration drives at Hill House, at the age of 17, and we were registered over 100 students, and they were actively involved in elections. But they go away to college, and not too many students realize that the importance of absentee ballots, and the education on that note, probably needs to be worked on, but the fact that it's being brought to the table now is important, and that the efforts of the New18 campaign is to educate the students on the process. So if they have the full support of the city and the state, they can move forward in going forth in these efforts.
Marcus, did you have something to say?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Brackeen, thank you for being here tonight. I just had a quick question. I was wondering if you could maybe expound on your first experiences in the civic class and your take on whether or not those types of classes actually have the potential to inspire young people to action, and if so, where do you think that energy should be directed?
First and foremost, I guess I'm biased, but I think I have the greatest civics teacher, and he's still currently there at Hill House leading the department at the moment.
What's his name?
Just say his name. I guess a good
Mr.
person.
Jack Polisham.
What is it?
Jack Polisham. John Polisham, sorry, for the record. He was an excellent teacher, and through the entire process, the entire class, all 30 of us, we were excited, ignited to really move forward in the efforts of having civic duty. And on top of that, students in New Haven Public School System are required to have 30 hours of community service, and in that collaboration through our civics class, we were able to reach out and to do community service as well. So there is a community service component to this process. With that note, I believe the civics classes, as they're being taught at the moment, there could be much more done in education. I love knowledge and love education. But I believe what's being set forth now is great. And the teachers that are teaching it at this point in time, from my perspective, is really excellent, because it brought these students out from a broad perspective, from different schools, from different towns. And I believe that it's important that they have the right to exercise the right to vote. And at this point in time, if they're required at the age of 16 to take the civics class and to talk about these issues that are on the table, I believe they have the right to exercise that at that point in time as well.
And just a quick follow-up question. Would you be able to talk, I would say from a quasi-expert perspective, because you grew up in this system and you have experience in the system, because what Mrs. Doyle was very poignant. Can you speak to like the mental capacity as you saw it, recollect from when you were 16, 17 years old, and your mental capacity as far as being mature enough, being able enough, having the right frame of mind to do the research and diligence to find out more about the political process, the candidates and their platforms and things like that, so you can make a strong decision as a voter. Talk a little bit to your mental capacity as you saw it back then, and whether or not the age of 16 in itself is a reason not to be included.
I'd like to invoke the saying that age is nothing but a number, because I know in New Haven there are a lot of experiences that many of the students on a broad perspective experience. I'll take Hillhouse, for example, from where I came from at that point in time. There were students who actually had to take care of children of their own. There were students who had to exercise being the head of household because their parents were not able to provide the time necessary because they were out working. So they're actually out there on their own, taking care of brothers and sisters, exercising the mental capacity of almost a parent. So I believe in every sake of the vote that they should have that right to exercise it at that point in time. And overwhelmingly, in this day and time, we see the violence that are hitting the streets. It's our young people that are really being affected by that. And in any sweep of the moment, they should be able to speak up, speak out, and have the right to make sure that there are ways that they are protected at their age, at their time, from the perspective that they're at that moment.
So, in essence, what you're saying is that and correct me if I'm wrong, but you see very little mental capacity difference between a lot of 16, 17-year-olds as opposed to older people that may be apathetic to the political process.
From my experience as a New Haven student at Hillhouse, yes.
No further questions.
I just want to make a statement. I want to take issue with one statement that you made. You proudly stated that you were a Democrat through and through. I'm a Republican. I'm the only Republican that sits on the Board of Aldermen, but with my experience in life, I want to impart some wisdom to you, because look at the candidate. Look at the person that's running, and don't go for the party, because you'll end up with a rubber stamp Mickey Mouse candidate sometimes. And as a Republican, I haven't always voted for Republican candidates, because it's important to look at the person, look at the record, and look at what they've done. So I hope, that's me speaking, so I just hope you take that with you.
Any other comments? Thank you so much.
Thank you.